Oh, I had the mute button on. This could be better or not. Hello, everyone. As you can tell with the black screen, I'm having major technical issues today. That, sadly, is not the only technical issue that we're having. I can't get any headphones up and running and willing to play along with everything. Finally have a picture, though. No makeup because I was too busy dealing with my headphone issue. So you're getting the raw view today. But yeah, no headphones, so we may end up with a little bit of feedback. I'm gonna try to avoid that at all costs. But we'll see what we can do. My name is Cameron Cowan. Welcome to The Living Joke. We're here late despite of my technical issues. And thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. I want to mention to everyone that you should follow us on our Substack, thelivingjoke.substack.com. We post extra videos, art content, especially from Will. He's painting his wall right now. And we are also on TikTok and Instagram. Instagram is especially fun because Will spends a lot of time posting all sorts of crazy stuff in the story. So if you want to see crazy stuff, then you should definitely go ahead and jump over there on that. And so without further ado, let me get the guys in here, and we're going to have a great show. Hi. Connor is not assigned.
Hello, it's me, the void.
No, you were just unassigned to your usual guest slot. Everything has gone wrong. Okay, like when it comes to getting this, like everything has gone wrong. I have no headphones. My backup headphones are dead. Connor does not have his proper guest assignment, so he came on with black screen. We have fun here. So that's, but fortunately, we're here and can somewhat be heard, and hopefully the echo cancellation works really well and there's not too much feedback from my speakers. We can hope for, because that's the only way I can hear you guys right now, because I can't get a single set of headphones to work today. So, fun times though. Anyway, let's start right off with the icebreaker, which is, we didn't have an icebreaker. Well, we'll dive right into the news then. Will, do you want to start with the UPS plane crash in Kentucky?
Oh, sure.
And then we'll get into the One Piece resolution in Madagascar, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
So over in Louisville, Kentucky, and air safety officials are set to investigate a deadly UPS cargo plane crash near the Kentucky airport. It crashed shortly after taking off. At least 9 are dead and 11 are injured currently. People are saying when they were watching the plane lift off from the ground, they had like a whole engine, like the suit was on fire. And then as they took off, not far from the ground, the whole engine fell off. And then it just went downhill from there. There was nothing like they could do.
Yeah.
But they said it took a while to get out, get the flames and the heat down on everything. So now they're sending in tons and tons of investigators. But one thing I'm curious about, because with all the happenings today and all the cloak and dagger stuff, I was like, I wonder, was there something on that plane? Were they carrying something that somebody didn't want? Transported. who knows? Maybe there was some subterfuge. But anyway, they've opened up a hotline in Louisville that you can call if there's bits of airplane in your yard.
Yeah.
And warn the people of Louisville, do not touch it. Just let us come and get it.
Yes. Yeah, because those parts do end up everywhere.
Very crazy, tragic accident.
Is Bo's audio echoing for you, or is it just me?
Yeah, I think when he turns his head a certain way, it covers the mic slightly.
No,
So
both of you guys are echoing, so.
Oh, alright.
okay, that's
Echoes.
not great. Yeah, so the echo cancellation is not working very well at all, which is you're not. Neither of you are echoing from me, but I'm not surprised that I'm echoing. So let me.
I only hear you, Connor. But it's not like I hear Connor, and then it's coming from somewhere else.
Oh.
Like, are your speakers on loud or something?
No, and I just I turned down the gain on my microphone, but let's yeah, let me do. I will quiet you guys down, and hopefully that will help solve it. Because again, lots of technical issues today. So,
no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 crew members were on board. Only 3 crew members, and 6 others were injured in the crash. So heart to go out to those families, and pretty terrible accident. Hopefully the people who are in the burn center right now are recovering.
Yeah.
Everybody makes a swift, speedy recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. It says here the plane was a McDonnell Douglas MD-11, which is very common. UPS uses a lot of those. They had a very short life as a passenger plane, but they've had a great life as a freighter. And a further 11 people were injured, presumably on the ground. So, yeah, it was I saw it last night. It looks like it might have been an old-fashioned engine part failure. It says the videos of the plane appear to show the engine had detached from it before its final impact, spewing out parts. It also says that there was flames on the plane's left wing, and so engines do have a lifespan, and parts do have a lifespan, and sometimes, despite inspections and everything, something fails, and once a small part in an engine fails, all that spinning centrifugal motion, one small metal goes through, and the whole thing is trash and crashes. So,
wonder if it was like one of those planes that was set to be retired, like this was like its last couple jaunts, you know?
Yeah, the MD-11s are old. I mean, that's why they use them as freighters, because they're not really fit for passengers anymore. They are old. They'll get into the engine and when it was inspected the last time, and they'll try to find the part that failed and all this type of thing. It'll be interesting, but yeah, there'll be a whole investigation and everything. So, yeah, a little bit of breaking news. So, not quite as exciting as some of the news we broke on this show, but yeah, that was there. I did any final thoughts on this before we go talk about the One Piece revolution?
Well, it'll be interesting to see just what they come up with in the investigation. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, this story is interesting and fun at the same time. Gen Z protesters united by an anime pirate flag are challenging governments around the world. And it says here, Madagascar's government is the second to be ousted in recent weeks as young people angered by economic hardship and perceived injustice demand change. And as you can see, they're using the One Piece pirate flag as their flag for this revolution. It says here the president of Madagascar has been ousted in a military coup after a weeks-long uprising by Gen Z protesters whose outrage is being felt in countries around the world and expressed through a common anime-inspired symbol. The military in the Indian Ocean nation took power Tuesday night after lawmakers voted to impeach President André Rajoelina, who said Monday night in a speech from an undisclosed location that he had fled the country in fear for his life after an elite military unit joined the protesters. It's the second government Gen Z protesters have toppled in just over a month after the Prime Minister of Nepal resigned last month in the face of protests set off by outrage over a social media ban. Young people angered by economic hardship, official corruption, and perceived injustice have been central players in a recent wave of anti-government protests around the world, including Indonesia, the Philippines, East Timor, Peru, and Morocco. Despite being scattered across oceans and continents, the protests are connected by the frequent appearance of the same emblem, a pirate flag from the globally popular Japanese anime series. The flag, which features a grinning Johnny Rogers skull and crossbones wearing a straw hat, is from the manga series One Piece, whose protagonists, the Straw Hat Pirates, rebel against an unjust world and defy corrupt powers. Young protesters in Madagascar and elsewhere are reimagining the manga characters' fight against injustice as their own, anime experts say. That's a line I never thought I'd ever have to say. Anime experts, but yeah, so Nepal, Madagascar, New Revolution, and One Piece is the symbol they've chosen. So it's I mean the protests are real, and I'm not surprised about this. We've certainly had a lot of protests lately in our own country, but I think them picking an anime symbol is absolutely hilarious. That's the part about this I enjoy the most. Like, and further kind of proves the
They're
point.
all
Internet
out there yelling like "gum gum pistol" as they try to take out the government.
Yeah. I mean, but it also kind of shows like the internet is life now. That used to not be the case. They were different things, and now what's happening online is in the world, and that's a little frightening, I think.
This is what happens when series go on too long. They haven't found the One Piece yet, and see, this is what happens when stories don't end.
Yeah, if they'd found
Give
it,
them
we
what they
wouldn't be
want.
having...
Give them the One Piece. And please don't let it be the friends we made along the way.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so as far as this story goes, like, yeah, rallying around something that you all commonly agree that you like, and it's manga is popular here in America, but it's been a thing everywhere else for a long time. So they've had long established fan bases, and now, yeah, they seem to like the values that they portray in that show, so. I mean, I don't know. Connor, would you want Monkey D. Luffy in charge of your country?
No, not really.
I don't watch One Piece. You've watched and read more of it than I ever have.
I've read enough and seen enough to know that it's like, yes, I mean you could view it as like the Jolly Roger crew fighting on just powers, but really Monkey D. Luffy just ultimately he's just driven by his goal to become Pirate King. It has a lot less to do with how they're like hyping it up to be this self-righteous kind of thing, and more of just he wants what he wants and he's gonna do whatever the heck he has to get it.
Monkey is not a revolutionary.
No, he is not.
No, I'm gonna be the Pirate King, and we gotta find the One Piece, guys. I have stretchy arms.
I think that's the funniest
do you have
part.
anything else that stretches? And he's like, yeah, my legs. And episode roll credits.
Yeah.
I like this little one that they made here, though. Their like own version or whatever with the Z on it.
Yeah, I think the most interesting part about this is how the interaction of media and life right now is just so fascinating. Like, I'm still amazed by that, and how these different these different pieces of media affect culture in profound ways. I'm still always amazed by that. I like this sign. I think the best one is this one here, though.
The
That's
actual
pretty
Jolly
good.
Roger flag, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's I think
Remember when I came downstairs and you guys were watching that One Piece movie, and I was like, "Wasn't isn't this movie supposed to be about pirates?" And
Yeah,
it's
I think
all
you were
like
down.
cyberpunk and futuristic and shit now.
I think you were down with us, and then we started it, and then unnamed party number 3 became offended for some reason when it wasn't received very well, and then I think we switched to watching something else. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
no, I
it's the
didn't watch
movie.
it with you guys. No. But anyway, that's yeah. It's like this is not the show I remember.
I forget which movie it is, but it's like yeah, there's this girl that's like a pop artist or some shit with all this fancy musical tech.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
yeah. It's
definitely
like
not.
what time place does this take place in? You know,
Even the series, even like outside the movies, the series has gotten super just like weird and futuristic, and I like to make fun of the costumes because they look like they're wearing like spacesuits.
we're space pirates.
Yeah, I think it's yeah, I think regardless of the quality of the series, which I will admit I'm aware that it exists. I've never watched it, never read it, anything like that. I still think it's crazy that that's what's getting picked for symbols for a political revolution. That's still so mind-blowing to me. Just that interaction of media and culture is still just absolute, but these things become so culturally pervasive now, and this is a huge franchise: card games, books, movies, net, you name it, it's everywhere, sort of thing. um and
If it was here, it'd be Fortnite kids and it'd be lame.
yeah, no, that is quite true. But yeah, no, Nepal, now Madagascar. Yeah, I think the moral of the story here with all of these, things and these governments, all this type of thing, is young people are absolutely desperate for change, and I think as an elder millennial, I think Gen Z is going to be successful in ways that we millennials tried to and never could pull off. They're I think they have a better chance at it, just because they're, the powers that be are older, they're weaker, all this sort of thing, and that will, less entrenched. And I think that's going to give them an opportunity to maybe recreate society in their own view. And certainly in these countries so far, with the little pirate flags and, and everything, they're off and running on it. So
I
that's
like their riot shields made out of Coleman grill parts.
well, it's Madagascar. They're a very poor country. Like,
Well,
so that's all their police can
well,
afford.
you know that they're gonna come for the One Piece creator next because if they don't find the One Piece and do the haka at the end, they're gonna riot.
Yes. It's like the one piece they're going to find is tedious governmental control. Like,
In the
so
in that movie, the Fast and the Furious movie with Hobbs and Shaw, it was contractually written in that they had to do the haka.
yeah, which is just weird and unnecessary.
It's
But
a thing, man. I don't know what it is, but every movie you got to do the haka.
makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. It's yeah. So anyway, enough of that. So we have plane crashes, revolutions with Jolly Roger flags. That's yeah. It's yeah, that's a lot of yeah. Anyway, that's that. Do we want to move on to why fandoms suck?
Oh
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Let me get Will's links up here. because this is interesting. And we'll do that, and we'll do that. So, do you want to start with the who is Shinpai Nagai?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Shinpei Nagai. He is the season 3 director for One Punch Man. He recently, within the last couple days, deleted his social media because basically people were cyberbullying, sending the man death threats, all sorts of very unhinged messages and criticisms about the animation quality of this new season. I haven't watched the new season. Um, People are saying it's bad, but if I know fandoms the way I know fandoms, it's just that they're unhappy that one thing hasn't happened, and it's probably fine. Um, the anime is probably fine. But anyway, Mr. Nagai, the poor man, has cited mental health reasons, and he doesn't believe that being on social media is productive at all anymore. Um, so it's affecting his health. Let's see, where's his? Oh, the original tweet is missing. Let's see. Let's see. Let me look at the full picture here. Sorry. From Shinpei Nagai anime. I have some rather unfortunate news. There are a few people among my followers who are pretending to be allies, but are actually engaging in rage baiting, so I've decided to delete my account. Their actions, such as taking my statements out of context, trying to elicit comments that violate NDAs, or turning them into profit, are unacceptable and cannot be overlooked. I've always done my best for the fans with the utmost sincerity, but I've come to the conclusion that continuing in this environment is untenable for this project. It's always genuine fans who end up suffering the most. I cannot forgive those who tarnish this staff's honor or exploit the struggles of the creators for profit through hate. Therefore, I will be deleting this account entirely. I will not create any accounts in the future either. I cannot overlook actions that degrade the work itself, so I ask for your understanding. Honestly, this is taking a toll on my mental health and only brings negatives to the work, the staff, and the original creators. But such despicable behavior is unforgivable. To the fans who have been truly kind to me, I want to express my gratitude and apologies. It was truly enjoyable. You have a privilege to speak to the man and you fuck it up. You
Yeah.
have a window to the creator that you could speak to him, and you are mad because I mean, there's many examples here. Shipping is usually one of them, but this time it's like the animation quality.
I know
We'll
that it's
get
completely different, like the people that are animating it, but I'm gonna put a link in real quick if you don't mind opening it.
Yeah.
this is like I when we look at the other links, I'll add more, but it reminds me also of something I had forgotten about till now. The when the Silent Hill 2 remake was coming out, and people were all hype about it and tweeting the creator on Twitter and whatnot, and they're like, "Is the hole that James jumps into at the end supposed to be symbolic of Mary's vagina?" And he literally wrote back like, "I don't fucking care."
Connor, I've got your link for you.
Yeah, for those complaining about the animation, this is where it all started. With the original webcomic, written by one. This is
Mm,
what it looked like. This is where your series that you're so pissed off about the animation came from.
yeah,
And everyone loved
Literally
it so
anything would be
much
better.
that so much more content came out of it.
yeah. No, these guys. This is why fandoms suck because they're just a lot of fucking babies who they don't get what they want, and then they make boom boom, and then they're mad about it. And it's obviously the creator's fault, not theirs. Uh, fucking.
Yeah, it's
We have also, as another example of this. This one I don't have a link for, but this was one that was trending on Twitch in 2022. The animator staff of Bleach, the Thousand Year Blood War arc,
mhm.
they got lots of death threats too, and that was over. I think that was over shipping of two characters or not shipping another character. Um, this one. Oh, yeah, and other Bleach news. Cam, would you open up the IMDb link?
Yeah, so I have the 1,000 death threats against a popular anime character from Kotaku.com, then I have the IMDb thing here. So, yep.
Okay. So the IMDb one is
Mm.
kind of a funny story. Man claiming to be Ichigo Kurosaki brutally murders a 69-year-old man by reenacting the Bleach anime scene.
Oh my god.
Uh, so yeah, this gentleman is serving a life sentence and also in New Zealand. Um, he beat this Mr. Michael Mulholland to death in the stairwell of his apartment building, um, which estimated 90 blows over 7 minutes, including kicks and stomps. Um, he tried pleading guilty by reason of insanity. The jury rejected it, and now he's sentenced to lifetime parole. Life without the possibility of parole, excuse me. Um, he
Yeah, I think
also
your other one is the 1,000 death threats. Oh no, it was Attack on. Oh, this is about Attack on Titan. Never mind.
That's okay.
Yeah. Speaking
He
of why
also
fandoms suck.
apparently tried to tell people that he was Japanese despite being South Korean. Um,
I
and
don't
then during a
remember
15
any.
minute, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I don't remember any parts in Bleach where Ichigo just beats the death of poor old man in the fucking stairwell.
Uh, that must have been in the OVA.
Yeah.
Um, this man, he says, the during a 15-minute consultation with I believe the psychiatrist or something, Dr. Kavney, he
Yeah.
believed he was Kurosaki Ichigo, the protagonist of Bleach. He stated that he believed this during the attack and continued to believe it, saying yes, and now too as well. Interestingly, he believed he was a ninja when he was young.
My
so,
fucking god.
so this poor senior citizen lost his life because of a weeb. Um, and now the 1,000 death threats against Attack on Titan creator Hajime Isayama. He got over 1,000 death threats, including the first example here on June 29th. I'm going to beat Hajime Isayama to death with a blunt instrument. I'm totally going to kill him. Other threats were also copy pasted in mind boggling numbers in the AOT creator's personal blog. One asked which was better, beating Isayama to death or burning down his house. um, let's see.
Yeah, apparently the death threats against Akiyama started over his modeling a character after some historic general that was particularly egregious during Japan's
Hmm.
occupation of South Korea. I'm reading the news story here. It says the
Yes.
controversy appears to be opening old wounds between Japan and other Asian nations, especially South Korea, where Attack on Titan has a hardcore following. And then they have some English language comments.
There's also this also kind of ties in because of China too. 2019, there was that animation studio that was firebombed by a Chinese guy because I think it's the guy who made My Hero Academia one of the characters is named something Maruta, and apparently years ago there's some sort of racist connotation that came from the Japanese towards the Chinese people.
Mm.
So in part it was for that, and the other part was he believed that they were committing plagiarism of like his own work or something, or a work that he was very invested in.
I
Oh yeah,
feel
I
like
remember
people need
that. I think
lives.
that was it. He thought they stole. They thought they stole his content over like one little scene of people's hands or some shit.
Oh yeah, okay. There's two separate stories then. So yeah, that was that one. Yep. Yeah, man. Also the amount of people that catch issue with characters not being like gay or whatever, like they're trying desperately to make like I don't even know the characters in My Hero Academia. All Might and Endeavor, or All Might and somebody else, and it's like let's forge a gay relationship between these two to appease the fans. Like that's what they're mad about. And
I know what they look like. It's fucking
yeah,
hysterical.
I mean I know what All Might looks like, but
Ever looks kind of the same, but with fiery red hair and shit.
oh gosh. Yeah, so yeah, they're supposed to be the gay dad bear couple, and that's gonna. I don't know what their grand plan is, but they're mad that that hasn't happened or something. And they're also mad that they're giving the most recent batch of threats were that he gave Endeavor a redemption arc. If this rings any bells to you, because I don't know.
I mean, I've only watched the first couple seasons, and I just know that Endeavor is portrayed as like a shitty dad.
Hmm.
I don't know anything else lore wise. I don't know if he like does something villainous or whatever.
Hmm.
But
He took the last popsicle.
yeah,
He didn't get me the right ice cream on my birthday.
I mean, there was a whole problem with that in Steven Universe as well, and there was multiple. There was a lot of online whatnot going on, including a 2 hour
Oh,
video that I commented on because of redemption arcs and whatnot. And to all of this, I have to say, folks, a life, get one. Like,
yeah.
step
I
away
don't
from the
even
anime
have
for
a
5
life, and I
minutes.
don't care about this shit.
Yeah, it's why are you this invested in it? Like it's you're as cringy as adults who read Harry Potter unironically. It's
well, I
just as
think,
bad.
I think
Your
it's,
Harry Potter is just Japanese.
yeah, and I think it's also, I mean, I think this also, not only with like the One Piece revolution and all of these death threats and everything, as a writer, as a creator, I mean, it's kind of amazing to be kind of like, I mean, that's how powerful stories are. You know
Mm,
that that very little motivates people in this society, but screw with their story, and all of a sudden people hit the streets. Or you write something so compelling that people want to go hit the streets because they want to bring that world into their own, or given motivated, they see it like, oh, that's what corruption looks like, and that's what's going on in our country, time to burn it down. I mean, that's the stories are very powerful things. That's, I think,
well,
the big
that's
takeaway from all of this.
they are. That is true, but I mean, it's also his story. It's not their story.
Yeah, but I think people feel like it has become their story to some degree. I don't know. The people have very weird relationships with media these days. I mean, it's the women who are sitting at home reading smut out of a book. It's anime people. People really bring these stories and they make it a part of their life. You know, it becomes, and especially in this day and age, it becomes part of people's identities. When you're
Mm.
part of a fandom, it that becomes part of who you are.
You can be a fan of something without being in a fan, like taking part in the fandom nonsense. Like I
Yeah.
like all that stuff, but I don't. I mean, I don't like My Hero Academia. It doesn't interest me. But like, I like anime, but like I don't. And like, yeah, to some extent, I guess it's a little bit of my identity, maybe. But I mean, if that's your only thing, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I just, even though it's part of my identity, I wouldn't be sending death threats to the creator because I don't know, somebody, he gave a character a chance.
Oh man, Wizards banned a commander that I don't like. I better go ruin their lives, crush their families, and
Go down there. I'm gonna burn down your entire library of cards and your offices and everything because you banned Marisi.
No, I mean I mean, although their offices in Seattle are very accessible, but it's really cool because the glass is like this blue purple sheen, but it's like just a big parking lot. It's next to the Museum of Flight in Seattle.
Oh.
So yeah, so we could go there and egg them for bad magic cards. So
Egg
Go
them,
and egg Wizards of the
yeah.
Coast.
yeah,
I'm gonna
so
throw I'm gonna throw penny 1 cent rares. I'm gonna throw boxes of 1 cent rares in front of their doors. Like, do you know how much these cost?
right, just
There's a man outside just frisbeeing cards at our windows. Can you come escort him off the premise, please?
right. Somebody call security. Um, although it,
It's like throw a rock through the window and it has a pre-con tied to it.
oh yeah, I mean it's just yeah. It's
Yeah,
a very
I
it's a
don't
very
know, man.
depressing situation, but what you gonna do? So
Well, what you gonna do? Yeah, but guys, maybe go read some more stories. Go, maybe go outside a little bit.
yeah, this is a definitely a hardcore touch grass moment. Absolutely.
I wonder also if they know, like, if they're that upset about characters or something, they could just, like, write their own story. And it could be exactly what they want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some Korean mangakas, and also there's some recent ones which I forget. I don't know the names of the anime. They're like slice of life animes, which I don't really watch. But like, there's this one, and the guy keeps making them trans or something. He's like some sort of influencer, maybe. I have no idea what his name is. This is something I saw a while ago. But he keeps shipping these characters or gender swapping them or whatever, whatever, and like tagging the original creators, and they just keep getting more and more fucking pissed off because that's not. You have to understand, just as a preference, the rest of the world isn't where we are socially most of the time. So the Japanese people were like, okay, like fuck you, and then they started like filing like lawsuits and sending like DMCA's and shit to his house. They're like, if you don't fucking stop shipping and gender swapping our shit, because I guess he was making money off of it because he has a significant following. So they made him take that shit down. They were like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean that's definitely I think a little bit bridge too far when people are doing that sort of thing and kind of messing with other people's IP. In my fantasy series Quinton, I always hoped one day when I finally publish it, I always actually was hoping to bring in other people to write things within that universe sort of thing. I think if creators are open to it, it's a wonderful thing. But if they're not, you should be careful with what you do about that, especially monetizing it, all this type of thing. So, because there are
Sure.
laws around that, people. So be mindful.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But all of this talk about magic is an excellent transition to Connor's segment about the new
Oh
avatar
yes.
set for Magic the Gathering.
Woohoo.
So, Connor,
Love
take us away.
Avatar.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll just share, like, some of the cards I think are gonna be strong and shit.
Yeah.
We
You said in the
have,
notes that red finally gets constant ramp, so that's good news for red
yeah,
players.
yeah, it does. I'll go over the mechanics after. I should have put all these links in, whatever. We got Toph, the first metal bender, who will be a legendary creature. She could be a strong commander. She's gonna have non-token artifacts you control their lands addition to their other types. And at the beginning of your end step, Earthbend 2, um, which will make target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste that's still a land. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it. When it dies or exiled, return it to the battlefield tapped. This is pretty cool for like any artifact deck, but I think vehicles kind of can really benefit from this if that's a player's style. Because now, at least like before, normally you need like your board state, the crew, your vehicles. Now you can just make your vehicles creatures through Toph until you build up the rest of the board to crew them, or even just use those to crew other vehicles that are more powerful.
I need that for my Aether Drift deck urgently.
It would be good in there. I don't know if the colors match though.
Oh yeah, probably not. I should have thought about that before I opened my mouth. Continue.
Well, you don't have the visual either. Yeah, Toph has white in her color identity, but which I don't think your deck has.
No.
Next we have one of my favorite characters from Avatar, but Boomy Unleashed. This is going to be an absolutely insane commander for green-red. He has Trample, he has when Boomy enters Earthbend 4, and then the big thing is whenever Boomy deals combat damage to a player, untap all lands you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Only land creatures can attack during that combat phase. But this will combo insane with another green card. Ashia, Soul of the Wilds. I'll just read the part that's important. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. So if you have Boomy out, and especially if if you're playing commander format, it's even easier. You have Boomy out and Ashia out, and if you can hit even once with Boomy, you have potentially infinite combat steps. What else do we have?
There, Cam. I threw a link for one of the cards in.
Oh, good.
Sync.
I've just been wandering around the store looking at all the product for the visual while Connor talks.
Another combo that's gonna be insane is Iroh with himself, Iroh. So we have the legendary creature Iroh Grand Lotus. Will be a 5/5 with Firebending 2. During your turn, each non-lesson instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost, but during your turn, each lesson card in your graveyard has flashback 1. Lessons are like lessons are a specific type of sorcery and instant that they introduced. And then with another card, just Uncle Iroh, he has lesson spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So if you're building a lessons themed deck for spell slinging, you are guaranteed to recast every lesson that you cast for free, essentially.
Ooh, that's dirty. It's dirty. I'm putting in a few more links to those cards.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
And this card I put in because, I mean, he has his own combo that's going to be insane, but I have a deck. I have a commander deck with Ishin of Ishin Two Heavens is 1 as my commander, and Ishin has whenever if attacking would cause an ability of yours to trigger, it triggers an additional time.
Yes.
And then Ozai, the Phoenix King, will have Trample, Firebending 4, Haste. If you would lose on spent mana, that mana becomes red instead. Ozai has Flying and Indestructible as long as you have 6 or more on spent mana. You don't need Ishin, like, for the commander. Any deck that uses these colors can benefit from this combo, but Ishin especially, if I just have Ishin, Ozai out, and there's a dragon from an older set, I don't remember the name of it, but the main point is that anytime the dragon attacks, you can pay 2 red and 5 generic to, at the end of the combat step, that on tap all creatures you control, there's an additional combat step. I could just attack with Ozai. He's gonna Firebend 8 because of Ishin instead of Firebend 4, which will add all the mana. I should have read the fucking mechanics first. This would have made a lot more sense.
Okay.
Anyway, but it'll add mana, and then I just gain infinite combat steps. But even without Ishin, you could just have Ozai, one other attacking creature that has Firebending in the dragon, or another card coming out through the Avatar set is Sozin's Comet, which gives all of your creatures Firebending 5 until end of turn, so you combo through that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Those are all like the cards that I'm excited for. There's some other cool stuff. A lot of the arts are sick. I liked that they did like they did an art design for that giant drill like machine that Azula and them used to try to break into Bossing Say.
Oh yes, yes.
But the main mechanics coming out for this are all based around the bending styles, of course. We have water bending, air bending, earth bending, and fire bending. I'm gonna go in the order that I think like are the best. I think water bending's kind of like, I'm sure if I look into more stuff I can think of something, but right now I just think water bending's kind of stupid. It's similar to Convoke where you can tap creatures and artifacts to pay for things, but the only thing that you can use them to pay for are the water bending activated abilities. So maybe if they make some insane water bending activated abilities, this will be useful, but otherwise I think I think they kind of just dropped the ball on water bending.
Well, water's too powerful anyway. No.
Earthbending's pretty cool. It'd be Earthbend X, where target land you control, this was the mechanic on top, target land you control becomes a 0/0 taste, it's still a land. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, equal to, like, if it was Earthbend 2, you put 2 on it, so on and so forth. But what I really like about this is that if it dies or is exiled, it returns to the battlefield tapped under your control. There's a lot of cool decks out there that utilize land creatures, but of course the risk is that, like, if they die, your lands are gone. You make a bunch of land creatures and then you get board wiped for creatures and then you're pretty fucked. But now thanks to Earthbending that's changed.
Yeah, I do like that. That's a cool mechanic.
At first I thought at first I was gonna put airbending at the bottom, but then I, came up with some things. Airbending is you exile a permanent and its owner may cast it from exile by paying 2 generic rather than paying its mana cost. As far as targeting like enemy stuff with it, I don't love it, but you can target your own permanents, of course. Any deck that like is gonna utilize bounce, like that wants to bounce their permanents back on and off the board is gonna benefit insanely from airbending. Especially considering right now there's over 232 other cards in Magic the Gathering that help reduce cost of your various things. So it's very easy to turn that 2 into 0 and just bounce your shit back in for 0 every time.
Talking about bouncing turds? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep. Everybody's bending turds.
Empowered by the energy of the water treatment plant.
Everybody rolling, bouncing turds.
And I would put like airbending and firebending, I think, are both like equal for me, but finally, like, we see some real consistent ramp in red decks. Whenever you firebend, whenever a creature with firebending attacks, you add red mana until the end of combat. So, like, Ozai had firebending for add 4 red mana. Probably, from what I can think of, this is like the most like consistent way for red to ramp. Mono red decks are not gonna care at all that it's only until end of combat, because you're gonna probably have instants and stuff that allow you to cast spells on combat. But honestly, I don't think that until end of combat part out, there's so much stuff in the game. Like if you're playing blue, you have cards that allow you to cast all spells as though they had flash, so instant speed. But I think the mechanics for this set are pretty cool, and that not just for the set itself, but I think they really cool ways.
Every time Connor's like, every time you want to play Magic, and we say yeah, and like, are you going to use a broken deck? And he says no. Well, all of his decks are broken. So it's every time you do this, every time you come to us and you ask us to play a game, and yet you inflict pain upon me like the lion sinks his teeth into the zebra. I swear upon the plains. Do you wish to see me suffer?
He's not lying. It's like, let's see, the decks I have right now. I
Every time.
have my group hug deck I built, which is like power level 1 because it doesn't care about winning at all. It just is gonna make everyone else at the table do good and be happy. And then
I don't know.
and then we have like Guff Planeswalkers and Ishin combat steps, which are like power level 7 or more. And then the deck that I'm trying to finish putting together, but I'm taking some time off of because the cards are stupid expensive and I have to trade for some of the shit, is just competitive. Just turbo ASE. ASE can come out every game on turn 1 or 2, and then combo out infinitely on turn 3 or 4.
Yeah, but that's okay. I don't mind because I'm just apparently a glutton for punishment. No, it's Connor's got some really great decks. No shade at all. And
I still am getting used to the up to date Magic. I'm still adjusting my mind and my brain and all of this, and
Oh, I
yeah.
have one more deck that I forgot about because I got the precon, the zombies deck,
Oh,
which is
that's
not
right.
like, yeah, that one's not crazy, but still, between that and then seeing like your the Aether Drift deck that you got, precons have went from being, I mean, obviously everyone's gonna have their own opinion of power levels. I'm just using generic shit, but I don't know. Precons used to feel like power level 2 or 3, and now they feel like power level 4 or 5, fresh out of the box.
Yeah. No, it's just people are so. I'm always amazed at how creative people get with the cards and being able to figure out what they're doing, and they hold all that in their heads. That's my problem. My brain has an error at a certain point. Like I reach that amount of information about magic cards, and then the brain's like, "Nope, you're cut off. No more. That's all the information we can handle." And yeah, so I'm always amazed at people like you, Connor, who do this and are make this stuff and figure this stuff out. It's quite impressive and deeply creative. I'm always impressed by it. So
I don't figure a lot of it out on my own. A lot of the information's out there already.
Not to even go to look though.
yeah, the fact you do it, you spend the time, you go look, you figure it out, you learn how it all works. It's still amazing. So, but you're a badass, and we know that. So, that's
yeah,
just
when it comes to games, which is completely fucking unapplicable to life.
well, we're close to time after this technical mess of a day. Final thoughts on the day's topics. The dessert is Johnny Somali was denied a speedy trial in South Korea, but I thought I'd also ask for a wrap up.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's not really much of a news story. Johnny Smalley took another L, and just looked like a buffoon. That's basically the story.
Well, his L's are piling up by the day. So
He had the gall to ask for a speedy trial.
well, yeah, I'm sure he wants to figure out something because he's out of money.
Well, yeah, but that South Korea is just bleeding him, man. He's got his next trial date isn't until February now. And when he asked if he could have a speedy trial, the judge was like, "No," but like also said there are foreigners who've been waiting like 2 years, so you're gonna just have to suck it up and wait, basically. So he's gonna be like homeless and destitute and end up having to go to jail anyway for being homeless and destitute.
Yeah,
It's only a matter of time till Hank gets tired of his ass.
absolutely.
But yeah, for all the gall, it's like he's like, I got family obligations. Your family doesn't even talk to you, bro. What are you talking about?
Family obligation.
I mean, he has to be mentally ill. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely to a certain extent, but fucking you reap what you sow, dude. Fucking
Yeah,
suck
no,
it.
yeah, no. I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. It's
Oh
just
no,
like I can't fucking fathom like how the fuck he thinks what he thinks without just being extremely fucking disturbed or sick.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Coming up with some of the stuff he's done is, I don't know. I even thinking, trying to think of despicable things that I could do. The things that he did are, I mean, geez, low. Most so most of all the statue, the twerking on the statue. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Johnny Smiley's a Momo, and he's still stuck and living with Hank's basement, probably sucking a little some South Korean milk duds along the way, taking taking a little putting his toes in the pond of the ladyboy territory from the receiving end.
I mean, all of these streamers that go to these places and do this crazy stuff for online clout, thank goodness people are cracking down on this. We at some point we've got to start bringing these public behaviors to heel, like you know, and that's a ye old coastal overeducated liberal elite saying that. So if even I've had it, imagine where everyone else is. So I'm hoping that this will start to deter people from doing this terrible stuff. That's my only hope. So. As far as I'm concerned, South Korea is welcome to make an example of this man. Warn the others. So,
Yeah, that's my final thoughts. Don't do dumb shit in other countries that you're not a citizen, and don't do it if you are a citizen either.
Yeah. And also, if you're a young Gen Zer and going to have a revolution, find a better anime to use as your symbol. That's my only advice. Symbology is important, and I'm sorry, One Piece ain't it. Um,
Berserk. Anybody?
right, the Berserk Revolution.
Can we have a Berserk? No, that might be too much. That might
I
be
was say,
like
that could get real dark.
that might be. Oh yeah, that might be too much. That might be too far.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks everybody for coming to this episode of The Living Joke. We had a good group today. I appreciate it. My name's Cameron. That's Will. That's Connor. We'll see you next Wednesday at 4. Hopefully, I will have all my technical issues worked out by then. And everything. And we'll be back. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, TLJ_joke. And don't forget to come visit us on Substack, livingjoke.substack.com. And we will see you next week for more gaming reactions, news, and fun. Talk soon, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.